Well, my husband and I were married for about 12 years. I had been in the Air Force, and then I started working with Lockheed Martin and out in California. And we're transferred here to the Space Coast. Lived in Titusville, and we've been married for 12 years. I had a son from a previous marriage, but we had not had a child together. So we went through that process of fertility and all of that, and they got into wanting to do surgeries, and I said, stop. Why are we doing all of this? There are plenty of children out there that need a home. I just wanted a little girl. That's all I wanted. And I was a career woman at the time. And so I said, I wanted one that's walking, talking, and potty trained. We met with her, and they allowed us to um, review her background, where she had come from. And in that review, we found out that she had a sister that was also in the system. Uh, Now, she was 3 years old, just turning 3, and her sister was 5. And they told us at that time that she was already too old and no one would adopt her. No one likes the older children, they like the younger ones. And because of the traumas that they had been through, she was already having and experiencing some emotional issues. And so, again, it was a harder adoption for her. And so my husband and I talked about it after that, and we're like, how could we raise a child and then at someday have to tell her that she had a sister that we didn't adopt, that we didn't take either? So, long story short, we went off with two. We took the siblings. We took both of them. I forgot. In between, about 6 months after because we were in foster care first, and then after 6 months, you can do the final adoption. Well, about 3 months in, we got a call from DCF, and they said, "Oh, we found another one." And I was like, "What do you mean you found another one?" "We took these two because you said they were the last of 7." And they says, "Well, apparently, as soon as the mother had given up the dollar that we got, she went in at 1 month old. They had taken her from the family. So she'd been in foster care for 3 years. So she must have went right back out that day and got pregnant again, because there was a third one they had found. And so we literally went from the courthouse,
From one child.
yeah, to 4 in 6 months. We went directly from the courthouse at 6 months to go pick up the third one, the third sibling.
Wow.
And so now we have 3. And I tell people today, my son has still never forgiven us for bringing 3 girls. He was like, where it happened to my playmate? He did. He did. And so, but it did become a purpose and a drive. I had to learn how, because they were special needs, I had to become an advocate for everything that they needed. I thank the system too, because they were special needs. They did assist me with Medicaid for them until they turned 18, because they needed counseling, and a lot of other special care that they needed. And so that was part of the arrangement because they were special needs. So we appreciated that. And I asked the Lord, I said, what am I supposed to do with these children? They're having issues. Daycare was calling me every day. And he said, well, what would you have done with them if you had birthed them? What would you do? So I became a stay-at-home mom.
Oh wow, that is certainly a big change.
It was a big change. Again, when you have special needs, it's a lifetime. And so it's a lifetime of things that they have to deal with. But they're all doing well now. And oh, I didn't tell you the other part. 1 year after we adopted the third, I got pregnant and I had another one, so I ended up with 5.
Wow.
Another girl.
Another
So I had
girl.
4 girls.
Oh my
And my
gosh.
son, yeah. But it's been a wonderful journey. I wouldn't change it for anything. Um, my husband and I said, the Lord knew how the order He had to do it. If we'd had the first, if we'd had the baby, we probably would never adopted the 3, but we've adopted them. People don't even know that they're adopted unless because we all look the same. It's just the Lord just paired us up. It's like He was, and I tell them they were my chosen ones, but I said, but God chose you for me. It wasn't me choosing them, but God chose you for me, so they're my chosen ones.